I played Hypixel Skyblock for 100 days with one goal in mind. I had to progress as fast as I could. I'll tell you how I made over 100 million coins, as well as tell you all the tips and tricks I used to speed up my progression. The first thing that everyone who starts the game should do is receive a free cookie from the community shop. Unfortunately, the community shop is only accessible after you reach Skyblock level 3. Leveling up basic skills like farming is the quickest way to get Skyblock levels as a new player, as you both get Skyblock XP from unlocking new collections and get even more XP from skill level ups. After I reached level 3, I realized that I couldn't even take the free cookie that everyone gets because I already redeemed it on another profile. So I got 37 million coins and I will give myself a bit of a head start. The first thing I did with the money is buy a god potion. The most important item in the whole game. For a dirt cheap price of 1 million coins per day, you can get every single potion effect in the game, nearly doubling all of your starter stats. Right after that, I crafted gold tools with efficiency 5. How did I do that without an enchantment table? Well, I just bought efficiency 1 books from the librarian and then combined them into efficiency 5, giving me the best tools for early game for practically nothing. Then I began mining sand. It is the best way to get mining XP in the early game. After less than 5 minutes of mining sand, I was able to quickly get mining level 9. But then I remembered something. Among all the ways to get Skyblock XP, there's one that stands above the rest: fairy souls. For every 5 fairy souls you collect, you are able to exchange them for 10 Skyblock XP. This isn't much, but for just running around in the hub for a couple of minutes, you can find nearly 100 fairy souls, giving you 2 whole Skyblock levels. That's why I collected over 130 fairy souls, and after exchanging them, and last one, Skyblock level 5. Why is that important? Because of the garden. Only a few months ago, if you wanted to farm, you needed to spend at least 10 hours building all sorts of different farms on your island. But with the garden update, you just need to get the garden level 5, clean up some plots, and just like that, you are able to create a giant farm in the span of minutes. But when I tried to do that, I ran into a problem. You see, when you try to paste a farm, you still need to provide the seeds for the farm. You can either have the 8,000 seeds they ask you for in your sack, or you can just buy them from the bazaar. The problem was that I didn't have sacks nor access to the bazaar. So what then? Well, I just unlocked the bazaar. I was already Skyblock level 5, and last one, Skyblock level 5. So I only needed another 200 XP to unlock Skyblock level 7. So I started going around and doing a bunch of different things. I started completing random quests, unlocking different collections, donated a few cheap items to the museum, and just like that I quickly got level 7. But unlocking it didn't only mean you are able to create farms. Now that I was able to use the bazaar, I quickly bought the second most important item in the game, the booster cookie. It increases all of your skill XP gains, gives you flight on your island, and keeps the coins and effects of the god pot upon death. All that and more for a price of 6 million coins every 4 days. So now that I was able to create farms, I needed something to farm them with. That's why I started looking for certain items. The first thing I bought was a tier 2 wheat hoe. The next thing I bought was an epic rabbit pet and a 50% farming boost to go along with it, and also a personal compactor to help my inventory not fill up, with the whole cost of my beginner setup being less than 20 million coins. So then I began farming. After farming for about 20 minutes, however, I realized something. I didn't have enough space. In order to farm wheat in the garden infinitely, you need 3 whole farms. I had one. So I bought some compost, took out my scythe, and began clearing 2 more plots. After I was done, I finally had an infinite farm. I could farm without any issues, right? Well, no. I couldn't even use the hoe I just bought. Farming hoes now have requirements. To use a tier 2 hoe, you actually need to be farming 15, and I was only farming 7. So I bought the rookie hoe, the worst hoe in the game, put harvesting 5 on it, and began farming. But I was too broke to even afford the replenish. That's why every time I'd finish farming 1/3 of the farm, I would take my basket of seeds and start replacing all the wheat I just farmed. And finally, farming 20, I can finally use the enchants on this hoe. Then I bought another plot and cleaned it up. Why? Because I wanted to start farming other crops than wheat. If you only just started farming a certain crop, you'll get a massive amount of crop milestone, with each of them giving you a lot of farming XP. That's why you can simply plant a crop wait for it to grow, and then from farming it for just a few minutes, you can get tens of thousands of farming XP. But throughout the whole farming I did, I accepted every single visitor I had. You see, every now and then you will get a visitor on your garden. They would ask for a random amount of farming items that you can buy from the bazaar for around 100,000 coins. If you do decide to help them, they will give you a couple of rewards. But the most important thing they give you is copper. With it, you can buy a bunch of items, ranging from equipment that gives you farming fortune to even buying upgrades that give you farming fortune when you farm a specific crop. I bought carrot fortune upgrades while I was farming wheat. You see, I realized something. Farming carrots is way more efficient than farming wheat. Wheat hoes are very expensive, with the tier 3 costing more than 100 million coins. That's why I was stuck with only a tier 2. However, for the price of a tier 2 wheat hoe, you are able to buy a tier 3 carrot hoe, giving you a lot more fortune. Not only that, farming carrots simply gives you more coins than farming wheat. Because of those two reasons, I traded my wheat hoe for a carrot hoe, changed all my farms into carrot farms, and started farming. However, there was still a problem. The tier 3 farming hoe requires farming level 25, which again, I didn't have that. So once again, I began farming without using the hoe I just bought. But regardless, I was still getting coins, and when I got them, I immediately spent them on either buying better farming equipment or helping the visitors. And with the copper I got from that, I bought more farming equipment. One unique perk of it is that the more visitor you help, the more farming fortune you get. I got a total of 44 farming fortune from the equipment alone, and then I stopped helping visitors. And instead, I started saving money. When I reached farming level 25, not only was I able to use the tier 3 carrot hoe I bought hours ago, I also had a lot of money to spend. I bought rancher boots, melon armor, and even bought dedication 2 for my hoe, giving me a massive boost of farming fortune. And with it, I tried to get a silver medal in the carrot farming contest, and then failed. The reason I wanted to get silver is because of the turbo carrot enchant, which gives you another 25 fortune, but to use it, you need to at least reach silver in one of the farming contests. Then I noticed something. I was still missing reforges and plots. There are actually 2 armor reforges for farming, Bastlink and Mossy. Mossy being 3 times better than Bastlink. The issue was, one was 1 million coins, the other was 100 million coins. So I applied Bastlink to my armor and Blueink to my equipment. 25 fortune for 3 million coins. As for the plots, each one you have gives you 3 extra farming fortune. Considering you can get a plot for less than 500,000 coins, I bought and cleaned out 3 more plots. With all those upgrades, I finally got more than 400 fortune, and with that, I was able to reach silver in a carrot farming contest. But ever since I bought that melon armor, I was getting croppies while farming. At first, I was saving them all to craft a croppy armor once I reached farming 30. Then I realized something. Farming for 30 hours is, well, boring. That's why I decided that I would only farm until I reach farming 30 and then switch my strategy into mining. Farming is very easy to start off with. Mining, on the other hand, makes little to no money in the beginning, but when you manage to max it out, you will make 2 or 3 times more money than with farming. The issue was I needed money. That's why, once again, I stopped buying farming fortune upgrades and started saving money. Once I finally reached farming level 30, I had nearly 25 million in my purse, more than enough to start mining. The first thing I bought was a pick on Nimbus. This might seem odd as the pickaxe only has 5,000 uses before it breaks. However, the price of it is comically low, while also providing way higher mining speed than any other pickaxe. The next thing I bought was a silverfish to increase the mining speed I get while doing commissions. Also acquired glaciate armor to further increase my mining speed. But you might ask, why am I so focused on mining speed instead of mining fortune? You see, mining in the dwarven mines gives you barely no money. For that reason, it's better to prioritize completing commissions fast rather than making a bit more money. For that same reason, the only thing you should be upgrading in the heart of the mountain tree is mining speed or titanium and sanium to help you with the titanium commissions. After just a few commissions, I got the heart of the mountain level 2. That's when I decided to buy an aspect of the end with ultimate wise put on it. That I was able to quickly move around between locations, I was able to get Heart of the Mountain free.
Fucking finally, Heart of the Mountain tier 3.
That's where the real grind began. Upon reaching Heart of the Mountain free, you gain access to the Crystal Hollows. Doing commissions there is much harder, but it gives you 4 times more Heart of the Mountain XP. That's why I decided to commit to doing commissions in Crystal Hollows. Since I began mining, I had more than 50 million coins worth of farming equipment, which I then decided to sell. The first thing I bought with the money was yoke armor. Then I realized that you need 150,000 Heartstone collection to even use it, and then I sold the yoke armor and bought Sora armor instead, which has significantly higher stats. So why did I at first buy yoke armor then? Because it's a better option for beginners. In a budget of 40 million coins, you can either buy yoke armor with perfect topaz gemstones or Sora armor with flawless topaz gemstones. The former giving me 1.5 more pristine. But why would I care so much? Because pristine is one of the most important things for mining. That's why I decided to buy 2 pristine books and apply them to my drill. As for what drill I bought, it was the ruby drill. For the cheap price of just a few million coins, it was the best option. Then I reset my Heart of the Mountain tree and poured all my powder into fortune instead of speed. This is because the Crystal Hollows commissions are the exact opposite of the Dwarven Mines commissions. What that means is that instead of being asked to break a number of blocks, you are asked to obtain a number of drops. But you might say that you still need mining speed to mine gemstones faster, right? No, you can just use the Armadillo pet. It has a very unique perk that lets you ride it and mine all the blocks near it. If you ever get a gemstone commission, all you have to do is stand near the crystal, summon your Armadillo pet and mine the gemstone. But what about the energy? All you have to do to not run out is make sure you have your Armadillo equipped while you are doing the Slayer quest, the type I have been struggling the most with. You see, my damage was insanely low. A normal person would simply buy a better sword. The problem was, my combat level wasn't high enough, and it would take too much time to level it up. So I bought a decent raider axe for 1.3 million coins to increase my damage up to 5,000. This was enough to deal with sludges or goblins, as they don't do much damage to you. However, automatons were a different story. If you don't kill them fast enough, they will do massive damage to you. That's why I developed a strategy. I bought an endstone sword to reduce the damage I take by 50%. And when I'm low on health, I would use my Wand of Healing to quickly recover. That helped massively with automatrons, and I was finally able to do them without an issue. But there are actually 2 big tricks that I use to speed up my commissions massively. For the first one, I bought a travel scroll to the fort, and I would teleport there after every single commission complete. Then I would go to the emissary close by and get a new quest. To get back to the Crystal Hollows, I did /visit imploded. Why? Because you can only obtain the ability to warp into the middle of the Crystal Hollows after completing 750 commissions. Basically, when you are already Heart of the Mountain 7. However, you can make a portal with that scroll and place it on your island. So instead of spawning in a random location and having to run through the whole map to get to my commission, I spawned in the middle where I had everything close by. The second trick is to simply avoid the crystal commission. They are long and expensive, so if your focus is leveling up your Heart of the Mountain, you should avoid them as much as possible. With the use of those tricks, I was quickly able to get Heart of the Mountain level 4. And with that, a new commission appeared, the Topaz Gemstone commission. You see, the Topaz Gemstone has the breaking power of 8, the highest in the game. This is important because the drills that you have access to at Heart of Mountain level 3 only have breaking power 7. That means that unless you buy a better drill, it's practically impossible to complete this commission. Fortunately, there's a very cheap Heart of the Mountain 4 drill, the Gemstone drill 522. For the price of 7.5 million coins, I was able to buy one with pristine free already applied, and then I sold my old drill for 5.5 million. So it took me a grand total of 2 million coins to upgrade the drill. At that point, I had everything I needed. The only thing left to do was grind. I was quickly unlocking new Heart of the Mountain levels and getting one mining level after another. Mining gemstones doesn't actually give you that much mining XP. The main thing that gave me mining XP were commission. After completing a commission alongside other rewards, you will get 10,000 mining XP. However, you are actually able to boost this amount with mining wisdom. That's why every time I finished a commission, I would equip a silverfish pet and hold out my drill. This gave me more than 20,000 mining XP per commission. However, there are still commission milestones. All of them give you an insane amount of mining XP, up to 2.4 million XP, which can also be boosted with mining wisdom. Other than the mining XP, you also get other rewards for completing commissions. After completing 500, you are able to redeem the Royal Pigeon. It has a very unique ability that allows you to access the commission menu anywhere in Crystal Hollows. Thanks to this, I was quickly able to complete commission milestones, get even more mining level ups, and after exactly 841 commissions, I reached Heart of the Mountain level 7. At this point, my account already has more than 100 million net worth, farming 30, mining 44, and Heart of the Mountain level 7. There will be more videos like this one in the future, so if you'd like to see more, make sure to subscribe. Bye bye!